It's Lighthouse Angel. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Happy Friday. We finally made it to Friday. Yes, we did. And I'm already getting like a ton of songs for this reading. I don't know. I've gotten like one after another. So we might get some more songs, music in this video. So we'll see what happens. But on this channel, if you're new, we focus on taking you from zero to hero in your own life, giving you the tools and information that you need to know to grow and expand and come in alignment with the best version of yourself, and always, always, always keeping the divine number one. Okay? Now, these are the cards that I was called, that came out, these particular decks I was called to, and these are the cards that came out. So this is the overall energy for the reading. I may pull a few more cards, and then we'll get some messages from the compass box. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. But the first song that I got was Don't Worry, Be Happy. Okay? So you might want to look that song up, listen to it, but that's the one of the songs that was coming in as soon as I put these cards down. Okay? It says, when you hold on to the past, it stops you from living in the present. Release any old hurts or worries or regrets. Commit to being in the here and now. Forgive yourself for where you think you may have been wrong. You deserve inner peace. Let it go. Okay? And then we have, don't worry. Everything you've been waiting for is on its way. Progress is being made even if you can't see the results. So much is happening behind the scenes for the creation of your dreams. Trust the process. Okay? And we got, and it was funny, I was getting the song in, and as I was trying to remember all the words of the song, I was pulling the cards from this deck, and this card came out, and it was Soul Harmony. It says, find work that resonates with your true purpose, mission to fulfill. Okay? I'm going to read them all, and then we'll talk about it. And then we have You Are Enough, number 38. That's number 11. That's the divine number saying, that's the divine here saying that you are enough. But it says, you do not have to give more. Okay? You are enough. You do not have to give more. And then abundance. You come into money or receive more than expected. More than enough. Isn't that funny? It says you are enough, and this says more than enough. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. All right, so the overall energy I'm getting out of this is that don't let the past hold you back, or anything you thought was meant for you, right? Because if it was meant for you, it would be in your life right now, okay? Because you have a mission to fulfill here, right? There's a soul calling, I'm hearing, a soul calling for you. And you need to step into that because you are enough. In fact, Spirit is saying you are more than enough here. Okay? And that everything is working out, I'm hearing working out in your favor here. But it's all happening behind the scenes, right? You have to trust the process. You have to trust divine timing here. But you need to step into, if you haven't already, what your soul is calling you to, okay? Because you are enough. You're actually more than enough to be supported on that path, okay? And it's not, I'm really getting that it doesn't align with your past. So don't bring the past forward with you here. This is about new, your mission and fulfilling that. And well, that's interesting. Those lights just went out. Okay. You are enough. Let's see. And you're coming into some kind of abundance here. Okay. You know, since those lights went out, those are always on. I don't know, they just must have burnt out. And it did that when I was talking about your past. So like your past, that's burnt out, like it's over. The light has gone out on your past. Okay, so don't keep shining light on it. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video so I can unplug those. I don't want something to happen. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So let's get some messages from the compass box and see where else this is going to take us. But, you know, if you're wondering if you've started a project or something that you believe is your mission or your purpose, okay? Because we're all different. We all have different purpose in life here. But if you've started something or you're already on that path, right? The divine is here saying that you are enough for this, right? You will be supported. That's just what I'm hearing. You will be supported because you are not only enough, you're more than enough. Okay? All right. And, you know, turn the light off to your past because that's not where you're going. Okay? Let's see. And I just keep hearing that song. Don't worry, be happy. We have number 8. 8 is the infinity symbol as well. You could resonate with the number 8. And you know, what I'm getting with this is like, it really is what I'm really getting is like the 8 of Cups. Okay? And in the 8 of Cups, it's you know, the 8 of Cups, the person is walking away, moving on to the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. And I feel like that's what you're doing here. You're walking away from the past and you're stepping into your 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, okay? Which is why the divine does not want you to worry, okay? Because you're getting ready to step into wish fulfillment. And then we got this. I am happy, healthy, and wealthy. Okay, so your wish fulfillment, you know, may be that you want to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. I mean, I think we all want that, right? So that could be stepping into your 9 of Cups. Here is happiness, being healthy and wealthy, right? Health is wealth. But this is stepping into the sun here. Having all the things. Having no worries here. That's where that song is coming in. It's like no worries, just happiness. Okay? This also could be a confirmation for this abundance here. Because it's talking about wealth. Right? And it says you come into money or receive money that's more than expected. Right? It's going to make you really happy, which is why the divine doesn't want you to worry. People inspire you or they drain you. Pick them wisely. Okay. All right. I heard you need to check your, you know, this came out in yesterday's reading. It was like, you need to make sure you have a higher perspective of your circle. Okay? Right? Because, you know, In this picture, we have a tree and it's growing, right? But it's very foggy here. You know, like I can't see anything else around this tree here. So, you know, make sure you're not fogged in as to what's going on with the people around you, right? Because they should inspire you. They should not drain you. And that could be a cycle that you're leaving behind, right? The fogginess. Like that might have been something that they did. Because, you know, just looking at this, could be draining, you know, not being able to see things clearly, and or feeling like things are hidden with the people that are, you know, with the people that are around you, right? Their intentions, right? Make sure you pick them wisely, because you're in the sun now. You're in this happy, healthy, wealthy energy, and if it's not here, it's on its way. You don't need to worry. I'm hearing it's en route. That's what I just heard. It's en route. Okay? And maybe that's 8. Could be significant. Maybe 8 days. It's lining up with your soul and your mission here. It's going to make you sing. That's what I heard. Okay? Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. And this is in Matthew. I can't see the verses on here, but come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Yeah. This is what the divine is. The divine is granting you this for your mission, right? Because you sought out his guidance, and he's going to release these burdens from you, right? So you can relax, find peace, and release any worries or fears that you may have about this situation, okay? Maybe you're questioning whether or not you're enough for this. You know, can I make this succeed? Maybe you're questioning your own talent, okay? But the divine is here saying, like I said, this is number 11, which is a divine number, and he is saying, you are enough. You do not have to give more, okay? And then more than enough, okay? You're more than enough, right? So you are going to be blessed here so that you are granted the rest, right? Releasing those burdens. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind, always. Yeah. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind, always. Yeah. And that was you. Maybe I feel like I'm speaking to somebody who was fighting a battle that they kept hidden, right? Maybe you were misjudged by what you were fighting in the background that nobody saw here. That's now become your mission, your soul's mission here. But you're going to be blessed so you can walk this path here. Okay? And to keep the lights off to your past. That's what I just heard. You are responsible for your own happiness. Yeah. You are responsible for your own happiness. And I feel like you took your power back from people who are draining you, right? You went to God, and he's helping you release burdens, right? Giving you the time to rest so that you can embrace your own energy of happiness here. And it's bringing in your health as well, because by being able to put those burdens down, right, you can embrace getting into focusing on self-love, self-care, your health, right? And I said health is wealth here. But I also feel like there's some kind of abundance coming in here. Some kind of unexpected financial support, right? Because you took your power back when it comes to your own happiness here. Peace is not something you wish for. It is something you make, something you are, something you do, and something you give away. Okay? Peace is not something you wish for. It is something you make, something you are, something you do, and something you can give away. Okay? And I feel like the divine has shown you by putting these burdens down what peace is. And through that peace, you found your happiness, and now you're ready to embark on this, I'm hearing, soul journey, right? To fulfill a mission that you truly feel is your purpose here. And you found the peace within. The divine has shown you peace and the value of it. Okay? And you found it within yourself. And you understand that it's non-negotiable, right? You're not going to allow anybody drain it from you or take it away from you. And that you're going to honor and value it, right? Because that peace is also bringing in your happiness here. Okay? You can't have a better tomorrow if you're still thinking about yesterday. Okay, this is about the past again. Releasing the past, the worries, the regrets. I'm hearing the woulda, shoulda, coulda, right? You got to release those. That's not even where you're going, okay? And it says release old hurts or worries. And then we have in this card, don't worry, which is probably why I got that song, Don't Worry, Be Happy, right? And then we have you deserve inner peace. We got this about having peace and that you make it. And it's something you are and something you do and something you don't give away, right? I just heard nothing's gone wrong. Maybe you're thinking something's gone wrong. I just heard nothing's gone wrong here. Always stay humble and kind. Yeah, that's you. Staying in this energy of being happy, healthy, releasing people who drain your energy, focusing on the divine, right? Finding your peace and staying humble and kind. Taking responsible for your own happiness, right? Through your soul's purpose. That's what I'm hearing. Through your soul's purpose. We have, let's see, the Six of Pentacles. Okay, the Six of Pentacles is a gift. So you could be receiving a gift. This also is a divine gift. So this abundance can come in form of a gift that's being divinely guided to you. Okay, which is why they don't want you to worry. They want you to be happy here. Because you are enough. Okay? Love is short-lived unless it is divine love. Yes. Right? Divinely guided love here. It's the kind that lasts forever. That's what I just heard. It's the kind that lasts forever. And I feel like your heart is like a diamond. Okay, that's what I'm getting with this as well. Your heart is like like a diamond. Your love never ends. Okay. Find out what you like doing best and get someone to pay for it. Okay? That might be the situation here. You found your soul's calling, your mission. You've stepped into it. The divine says you are enough. You don't have to do more. Right? They don't want you to worry here. Things are working out for you behind the scenes. There's a gift that's being granted to you. And it's because now you're doing what you love and somebody's going to pay you for it. Okay? Because I'm hearing you're on your path. That's what I'm hearing. You're on your path. Yes. So this is the 9 of Pentacles. This is wish fulfillment. I'm sorry. This is not the 9 of Pentacles. This is the 9 of Cups. This is what I was saying earlier. This is the 9 of Cups. I was talking about how on this 8 here, if you remember earlier, I was saying that this 8 reminds me of the 8 of Cups, and that the 8 of Cups shows a person walking away into the 9 of Cups, and the 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. So you're moving on from the old into the new, which is the 9 of Cups, and we got the 9 of Cups here. Okay? I don't have my glasses on today, so I apologize. Things are as clear as they normally are. So it's the 9 of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the 9 of Cups. I keep saying 9 of... So maybe that's going to come out too. I don't know, but I keep saying 9 of Pentacles. The right way is not always the easy way. Okay? The right way is not always the easy way. And this could be pertain to love. You know, because we have a heart here. It says love is short-lived unless it is divine love. Okay? And maybe that's what you found out about love, right? That you kept choosing people that weren't divinely guided to you, right? And they ended up being karmic people teaching you lessons, right? And that was not the easy way, right? Right? That's what I'm getting with this. The divine now is leading you the right way, okay? The right way to a divine love. And it may not be the easiest path, okay? It may be uncomfortable. Maybe it's different from what you're used to. But it's going to be the love. I'm hearing last forever. That's what I'm hearing. Last forever. Okay. Says your attitude determines your direction. Yeah. And there's like a lantern here on this path, right? You need to keep your attitude in the, making sure it's positive in the energy of love, compassion, kindness, right? Being of the light, so that the divine can guide you on this. It's also going with this. It's matching this. So maybe it could be your attitude towards love determines your direction. Okay? Maybe you don't have the best attitude when it comes to love. Maybe that's because you've always stayed, kind, because it's matching this as well. And that came with rejection, right? All right. And the divine is saying it's all on your attitude that's going to determine your direction on how this goes. Okay. All right. So you need to keep a positive attitude when it comes to being kind, right? Being humble. Live life happy. Yeah, again, there's another confirmation about happy here. Okay? That's where you're going. That's where you're headed. That could be the path you're already on, is living in this happy life, right? You know, we have this rainbow here, and it's like the woman is staring at the light. It's like now you're in the light and you've done all the healing of the darkness here, because this rainbow is in the dark, right? You've healed all that. Keep moving forward. There's light ahead. Yeah. Keep moving forward. There's light ahead. It kind of reminds me of this here, you know, because the light here on the path. Your attitude determines your direction. Yeah. What you think about, you bring about. So if you have a calling and a purpose on this path, you need to make sure your attitude isn't aligned with that, right? Because whatever you think about it, whatever you believe about it, is going to be the outcome, right? That's why your attitude determines your direction. Because if you believe you're not enough, well, you're going to make that true. Because whatever you think is going to be validated in your reality. Okay? So it's very important that you keep that high vibrational attitude and positivity towards your path, towards the right way. Okay? It says, man says, show me and I'll trust you. God says, trust me and I'll show you. Psalm 126:6. Man says, show me and I'll trust you. God says, trust me and I'll show you. Yeah. And this is the divine saying, you need to trust in me. I'm going to show you. I'm showing you the path here. I'm bringing in your gifts, your wish fulfillment, which is leading to your happiness, a healthy and wealthy, I'm hearing healthy and wealthy life. Okay? They don't want you to get caught up on people that drain you, right? Taking your power back and control and being responsible for your own happiness here. You know, holding on to your peace and understanding that love is short-lived unless it's divine love, which is not always the easier path, but the right one. Okay? So trust him and he will show you. Okay? You know, when it comes to, I say God, God is the supernatural. Okay? And most people are like saying, well, I'll believe it when I see it. Okay? When it comes to God, you've got to be able to believe in the unseen here. You got to believe in, that's that unwavering faith, right? Believing in your mission and your purpose here. Because the divine is here saying you are enough. You're more than enough, which is why you're receiving a divine blessing here. Okay? So they don't want you to worry. Okay? And remember that worry and fear is an illusion. I understand myself only after I destroyed myself. And only in the process of fixing myself did I know who I really was. Yeah. This may be your story of your past, which is why they want you to leave it in the past. Okay? I understood myself only after I destroyed myself. And only in the process of fixing myself did I know who I really was. Yeah, you found out who you are in the process of a very harsh lesson, okay, or lessons, okay? But they don't want you to stay stuck there, okay? That's part of your past. It's part, and this breaking, this destroying is what's leading you to your purpose here, okay? So it was nothing wasted. It gave you a higher, it gave you a higher perspective, okay? But they want you to keep moving forward, right? There's light ahead. I'm hearing you are the light, okay? God had purpose in this. That's what I'm hearing. So if you're someone who feels like, oh my gosh, yeah, I understood myself only after I destroyed myself, okay? There's purpose in that, okay? And it was meant to teach you lessons. And if that's what it took for you to finally process what you needed to heal and repair and grow within yourself, then nothing was wasted, right? It puts you on your purpose. Let's see. Let your past make you better, not bitter. Yeah, that's this here, Maybe you felt a little bit bitter towards yourself, towards others that were a part of this, destroying yourself here, right? But again, it's all in perspective. You can choose to grow through it, or you can choose to stay bitter. But if you choose to stay bitter about anything when it comes to your past, and that's what the divine is asking you to release, is it's going to keep you stuck there, right? It's going to be like this heavy sack of baggage that you're like, yeah, it destroyed me, and now I'm choosing to, stay stuck with it and keep it with me as I move forward into my happy, healthy, wealthy life. Okay, that doesn't make sense, right? That you need to be able to see the higher perspective and find peace with it. Because bitterness is a reaction from the ego. Okay? And the ego is something that we operate out of the shadow side. That's not of the light. Love is the light. Bitterness is ego. And the ego likes to control. Right? You've got to release that. Let the experiences of the past that required you to destroy yourself to heal yourself. And sometimes the divine requires that of you, because if you have been, raised in environments and surrounded yourself with people who put the wrong programming in your conscious mind and in your heart, you literally have to break it down to nothing so he can rebuild it, right? With clarity. And through this, you probably found who you really are. He showed you who you really are, right? Which has nothing to do with your past, because it's the past people and situations and family that programmed within you a version that was never really yourself. Well, in order to get rid of it, you've got to destroy it, okay? So you can rebuild in truth and light, okay? That's really what I'm getting with that. And it's all paying off now. Okay? You are a fighter. Look at everything you have overcome. Don't give up now. Yeah, that's you. You're a fighter. Even though, it took destroying yourself to understand who you are, right? You got back up, right? You're a fighter. I feel like I'm speaking to somebody who was knocked down and got back up many times, right? Spiritual warrior here. And you've overcome so much to get here. But the divine is saying you are enough. Okay? And the divine wants you to fulfill this mission, your soul's calling, right? But he needs you to believe and trust and have faith in him, even though you can't see it yet, okay? And don't hold on to any bitterness of the past, because your attitude is going to determine your direction, okay? And when I'm talking about past, it could be, past jobs, past experiences where it comes to work, business, or personal, okay? Because they want you to keep moving forward. There is light ahead. All right? I'm hearing, I've seen you fight your battle. Like the divine has seen you be this fighter here. I'm hearing unwavering determination, right? And now's not the time to give up, right? Put your burdens down and get some rest. That's what I'm hearing, right? The divine wants you to get some rest here, okay? If you're feeling exhausted, you need to get some rest. All right, those are the messages, but your happiness, I'm hearing happy, healthy, and wealthy life is coming to you, okay? And I'm also getting this, it's like, I said your heart's like a diamond, okay? And I feel like I'm speaking to someone that loved with no bounds, You loved with no boundaries, right? But the divine wants you to know, he saw everything, okay? He saw how you offered unconditional love to people that weren't worthy and deserving of it, okay? That's what I'm getting with this as well. Because, it says the right way is not always the easy way. You may have thought giving love to these people was a waste of your time. I feel like the divine's saying it wasn't a waste. Okay? All right? You learned from it, right? Now your heart is the diamond here. I'm hearing the hidden gem. That's what I'm hearing. The hidden gem now, right? So don't be bitter about the past. See it in all the growth and the elevation that it's bringing into your life now, okay? And it's going to make you really, really happy because you're walking into your wish fulfillment here, okay? Okay, so that's all the messages I have. I'm going to get a couple of cards to close this up. So don't give up. There is light ahead. Keep going. I'm hearing you are the treasure. Okay? But remember, don't let the past hold you back. Okay? We have your attitude determines your direction. Okay? So keep that in mind. You know, release the ego that's trying to control. Release the ego when it tries to control your direction. Okay? Make sure that you're operating out of the energy of love. Okay? All right. It says, in every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. That's what I just said. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. Yes. You know, and that might be this, the right way is not always the easy way. It could be it could just simply be, you know, a way of thinking. Right? Seeing things in a different perspective. Right? When you see things out of the energy of love, right? Being able to release things out of love, right? It's so important because you're willing, when you do that, despite what they've done, right? You can pray for their healing and you can see the lessons that you learned about yourself, right? And you can see it from that higher perspective. And when you do, you're able to walk into your future with freedom, not carrying luggage around from the past, burdening you, these, which could be these burdens, right? Weighing you down. You can walk into your future free, happy, light on your feet, right? Healthy. Because you understand the higher perspective when it comes to things not working out in your past or what people have done to you or the pain of the past and past people, right? Making you have to destroy yourself or decisions that you made about when it came to yourself, right? But you are the fighter here. And the divine is bringing in this love for you, okay? Because I feel like despite what you were going through, you always stayed humble and kind, you know? So don't let bitterness dictate your direction, okay? All right, because in the energy of love is where all the power is. It says, my vibes speak louder than my words. Yeah, it's your energy. You know, being in that high vibrational energy, right? Positive thinking, positive mindset, right? Focusing on the future and being happy in the moment, right? But not looking at the past. It doesn't serve a purpose now, especially if you've healed from it, right? Any regrets, right? That's the ego. The ego wants to control your happiness. Don't let it, okay? Let your energy speak for itself with your high vibes, okay? All right. And now I'm going to get one angel number and we'll close it up. But I really feel like you're being blessed by the divine. You're in this energy of love. You've understand about having the right mindset, right? And through this situation or situations that destroyed yourself, if that's your story, right? It's turned you into a warrior here, right? So there's nothing to be bitter about. Through all that broke you, it turned your heart into a diamond, okay? You also could play the violin. I'm getting that. 555. This is a major change coming in for you. This abundance, this path, this divine blessing here, okay? Could be wealth, okay? Could be love, could be both, okay? This I'm also getting with this is that if you're somebody who's been on a path of love, with other relationships that weren't in line with the divine, and now you're choosing that path, and you're seeing like maybe the people around you aren't supporting that because this is new, right? It's a new path for you, right? It's not always the right way isn't always the easiest way, okay? Especially when you're choosing the path of something different, okay? I'm always getting with that. But it says a major shift is about to come into your life, experiences, and change your path direction. Be open and stay positive. I am optimistic. Yeah, there is a major shift coming in your life, okay? Which is why they don't want you to worry. They want you to be happy, right? Staying aligned with that energy of love and your soul's calling here. If you're already on that, keep going. It's light. I just heard it's lighting the way. Okay. And don't get hung up on the past because it was meant to put you right where you are now. Okay, you couldn't be on the soul's mission, the soul's path that you're on without having the past shape you and grow you into where the person that you are now. Okay? And I'm also hearing you're no longer confused about the people that drain you. Okay? Right? They don't get to go on this path where you're going here. Okay? Five, major change. You've got major change coming up. And at the bottom of the deck, we have 777. Okay? I am in the flow. What I'm getting with this is the divine just needs you to go with the flow here. Okay? Don't worry. Be happy and go with the flow. Okay? Because the shift that you've been waiting for is on its way to you. Okay? What you've been praying for is on its way to you. Okay? And it's going to make you really happy. I feel like I'm speaking to somebody who has already found the happiness within, and this is going to just add to the happiness that you're already experiencing, your wishes, right? It says your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose. A state of peace and calmness in your soul. Isn't that interesting? There's a lot of confirmations in this card right here. It's talking about your purpose, which is right here. Okay? It's talking about peace, which we had right here. And it's talking about your soul, which is your soul's calling. Having that harmony within your soul. And the thing is that, it's so important for you to get on your divine path, on your purpose, on your mission, on your soul's calling. Because the thing is that as long as you're not on it, it's like it's going to be restless. It's when you get on that divine path, what your soul is screaming for, and you finally surrender and you're like, okay, my soul is screaming for this. I don't quite understand. I trust the path. The divine says, trust me and I'll show you. Okay, I trust you, because my soul is screaming, right? And you may be thinking, I can't take it. I'm going anymore. I'm surrendering because everything else didn't work. I ended up destroying myself. So I'm surrendering to it, even though I don't understand it, right? Well, and by doing that, you're finding your peace, because now your soul is happy. Your soul can settle. Your soul is on fire, I'm hearing. Okay? That's why it's so important not to settle. You know, settle is the easier way, but to your soul, it's not. Your soul is going to scream at you until you answer the call. That's what I'm hearing. Answer the call. Okay? So keep operating out of the energy of love here, okay? Right? Releasing the past, and know that you're having a humongous shift getting ready to knock on your door. That's I just heard knock. It's going to knock on your door. Okay? All right. And be open to love here. Okay? Because this is a divinely guided love, right? It might be different than what you're used to, but it's the right way. Okay? I'm hearing it's the love that lasts. Okay? All right, that's the message I have for you today. I hope it's resonated with you. I hope it's given you clarity and insight on how you can get your life unstuck, moving forward, and aligned with the best version of yourself. And remember, don't worry and be happy, right? Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, because it is a new channel. And by doing so, it helps messages like this get to the people who need it the most. But until Monday, when my next message comes out, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Do something fun. Enjoy the weather. I feel like, the heat is finally subsiding. So get out there and enjoy nature and all it has to offer, okay? I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.